What is going on, warriors and farmers of Tamaris? Welcome back to another Call of Dragons video. In today's episode, I'm going to show you guys the guide for the Sun Lizard. The Sun Lizard became a hot product with the introduction of the new G3 heroes, aka Margaret and Zeta. Make sure you subscribe for more content, turn on that bell notification and never miss out. Like the video, share it with your friends, leave some comments down below. Let's get into it. Alright, warriors of Tamaris, we have two brand new archer heroes in Call of Dragons. They are the craziest things ever. And guess what? The Sun Lizard works well with these two pairings. So first of all, gonna show you guys how you need the Sun Lizard for Margaret and Zeta, and then we're gonna go straight to the build. Let's begin by taking a look at what the Sun Lizard can do for you. It says your legion heals up to 4 of your nearby legions every 6 seconds while in battle. The healing factor depends on your intelligence. So every 6 seconds you're gonna be healing. And what happens when you get the healing? Let's go straight to the Margaret skills. The second skill for Margaret says, whenever Margaret's legion gains healing or variable healing, they have a 30% chance to gain 40% attack for 3 seconds. 40% is such a big deal for archers. It's gonna give you a good punch when you hit your enemies. And guess what? The Sun Lizard is gonna trigger that for you. In this game, sometimes you just fight, you go in, you go out, you go in, you go out. You don't fight for more than 10 seconds. The Sun Lizard is gonna trigger 2 times and you're gonna have 2 chances of triggering this 40% attack, which is just huge. Now, a lot of people are using the nightrock. For me, I think that is a waste of time because the nightrock is going to trigger on the 10th second. That is when you get full rage. Your nightrock is gonna trigger and it's gonna give you 1% crit rate chance with a 1 star after 10 seconds. If you're doing those quick fights, you're gonna be missing out on so much. The nightrock is just not that good for this pairing. On top of that, you're gonna need the super ravage for your nightrock to be very relevant. There is one thing that a lot of people are not paying attention to right now. If you look at almost 80% of players, they have a Zeta 5, maybe 2, and a 1 here, which means they only have a normal attack crit rate bonus of 10% or 13%. It is not good enough to trigger your nightrock and give you very good value. Now, if you had maxed it out and have 25% trigger chance, maybe that is okay. But right now, most people haven't maxed out this hero and they are still persistent on using the nightrock. I just don't see it. You're missing out on using the Sun Lizard to help you get 40% attack, which is fantastic in quick fights. The Sun Lizard is the way to go if you want to get some good value. With that out of the way, let us go straight to the pet sanctuary and see how you can build the Sun Lizard to get some good value. First of all, we're gonna build it for Margaret and Zeta, and then we're gonna build a universal Sun Lizard that you can use pretty much anywhere. For you to get good value with your Sun Lizard, you might have to bring 2 Sun Lizards at the same time when you fight your enemies, especially when you have like 4 marchers. You can bring 2 Sun Lizards and you're gonna get very good value on the field. The thing is, you're gonna be fighting, going in and out, in and out. The Sun Lizard heals you every time you enter into battle. It is one of the best war pets for quick fights, especially if you're just going in and out, in and out. This pet is awesome for that type of fighting style. So this one right here is how you're gonna build your Sun Lizard for the Margaret and the Zeta. You're gonna have the Stone Aura, which is gonna trigger the Truth Teller for Margaret. You're gonna have the Chain Strike. Chain Strike is awesome. And then the variable Chain Strike is gonna work well with the Margaret and Zeta. This variable Chain Strike is also going to trigger the second skill known as the Truth Teller. So now you have 3 ways to get 40% attack. If your regular normal attack doesn't trigger Truth Teller, you have the Stone Aura to help you out. If the Stone Aura fails to trigger it, you have the variable Chain Strike to give you a chance. So there will be instances where you will get 3 types of healing and one of them is gonna trigger 40% attack for you, which is just beautiful. You can also add the Wild Chain Strike if you like. You must always have a hit weakness on your Sun Lizard to help you out with your Margaret, especially her first skill. She does a lot of damage. And then you're gonna put something like a counter strike. Margaret and Zeta gets targeted a lot, this skill is going to be useful for you. There are other skills you can add on your pet. You have things like Divine Blessing, depending on the spaces that you have. This is going to work well. The other one we have is also known as the Tranquility. This one is going to boost the healing of this war pet. Another skill you can put to help out your Margaret and Zeta is going to be this healing skill that we have here known as the Great Care. This is another good skill to have. Now there are so many other stuff you can add on this pet. I don't recommend you go all in because we will be getting a pet for this pairing sometimes in the future. So just do some minimal investment. You don't have to go hard. Just get a chain strike, get a variable chain strike, get a hit weakness, have your stone aura, and then have your counter strike. Those 5 skills are good for now. Counter strike is gonna work well on this pet. What other skills can you add? You can put a manic might if you have the space. We have some good stuff that you can add as well. Let me not forget the crit rate skills that we have here. I totally forgot to mention them. We have one known as the Blood Roar. You know what? You don't need this. You need the crit rate for the legions. This one right here, Eviscerate. Crit rate when your legion deals physical normal attack. This is something you can add on your nightrock. I mean, on your Sun Lizard. There is another version for the agility. Where is it? Looks like I'm missing it. It's known as something else. Should be down here. My goodness, I think I have another copy here. Let's just do only Timely Strike. Yep, you're gonna put a Timely Strike with you. So you're gonna have 2 crit rate for your legions, which is some good stuff. So these are some of the skills that I would put on this pet. Now I have seen a lot of mistakes that people like to do for their Margaret and Zeta. They are putting a fierce attack on their pet. This skill right here. Never ever put this skill on a Margaret and Zeta because it's not going to work. It says your war pet has a 40% chance to deal damage to the target when your deputy casts a rage skill. Margaret and Zeta do not cast any rage skill, therefore don't waste your time with fierce attack on this pet, which is why you don't need things like Tooth and Claw. You don't need things like pet crit rate stuff. You don't need all of that on the Sun Lizard. This one is just here to help your Margaret and Zeta. So this is how I would build the pet for a Margaret and Zeta. Now let's check out how you can build this pet, the universal version, for pretty much any other troop type. Of course, you can also add the end of season rewards if you have it. The 3-star version of the Hasty Stone Aura, which is right here. This one is going to reduce the cooldown of Stone Aura and make it trigger like every 4 seconds. If you have 270 agility, it is awesome. Another skill you can put is the Self-Heal Stone Aura. It can help you out. But for me, I'd rather heal my other legions than get this Self-Heal Stone Aura. That's just what I think. Let's check out the next build. Alright, Warriors of Tamaris, we're going to the Sun Lizard build number 2. This one is going to be a universal Sun Lizard you can build and use with pretty much any troop type. Now, I got this Hasty Stone Aura because I wanted to use this Sun Lizard with my Margaret and Zeta. Unfortunately, when I captured this pet, it came with a 3-star Poison Gland, which is giving me enemy legion HP bypass of plus almost 4%. Now, I cannot add another agility skill here. I wanted to add variable chain strike, which I have here with me. This variable chain strike would have taken my Margaret and Zeta to the next level with this pet. Unfortunately, I did not want to swap out this Poison Gland, which is why I decided to build a separate Sun Lizard. This one right here, the one I just showed you guys right now. Where is it? It's hiding somewhere here, right here. So I decided to build this Sun Lizard just for Margaret and Zeta. I did not want to get rid of this level 3 Poison Gland. So let's take a look at how you can build this pet, the universal version. You're going to have your Stone Aura. You're going to have your Hasty Stone Aura if you have it. You're going to use the pet to heal 4 of your legions, I think you're going to get the best value like that, especially when you have a hasty stone aura. When you're fighting in PvP, you're doing quick in and out, quick in and out. You're going to be healing so much. If you have 2 Sun Lizard with you, you're going to get so much healing. It is awesome. This skill, it came with the pet, so just ignore it for now. Otherwise, if you want, you can add it on your pet. Now, 2 other skills you need on your Sun Lizard will be this one, Divine Blessing, which is going to boost the healing. And then you also have the Tranquility, which is going to boost the healing as well. Now, if you only want to heal this pet alone, you can add this skill here known as the Self-Heal Stone Aura. This one is going to make it so that you heal yourself alone without healing your other legions. This is all you can do. So these are the 5 skills that you need on your pet. So you have these 2 and then you have these 2. Then you can decide whether you want to put the self-healing or not. This would be the universal build. After all, this pet is an overall pet, which means you can use it with any troop type in the game. When you are building the pet, it's going to depend on the troop that you want to use with the pet. So the basics are these 4 right here. Just have them and then decide what you want to do with the pet. If you want to build it for Margaret and Zeta, you're going to add some awesome skills and make them look like this. Variable Chain Strike, Hit Weakness. If you want to build it for your mages, you can add other stuff as well. Let's see what you can put here. If you're building it for your mages, you can put Bolt from the blue, get you more attack. You can put the crit rate skill for the mages known as the Light's Guidance. That's going to be awesome. Never put follow-up on this pet. Like I see a lot of people using follow-up. Follow-up doesn't work on the healing for the Sun Lizard. Don't waste your time on that. You don't need to put things like Elemental Harmony. You don't have any skill damage factor here. So that's what you should do for the magic direction. If you're going in the physical direction, you can put the Counter Strike. That's going to be a good one. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you build your Sun Lizard for your different marches. It's gonna depend on the troop that you are using. The core skills that you need are this one, this one, this one, and this one. Those are the main ones. I think I have talked too much. That's it for the video, guys. Let's go back over here and continue talking about Margaret and Zeta just to show you how they synergize so well with the Sun Lizard. So you have unlocked your Margaret, you have unlocked your Zeta, you caught your Sun Lizard, and now you want to know how they synergizes with Margaret and Zeta. So Sun Lizard is gonna get you healing every 6 seconds. Okay, that is awesome. When you look over here, that healing is gonna trigger this ability. When you look at Zeta, her second skill, it says when Zeta's Legion reaches maximum amount of Down Watchers marked Stark, they deal 10% more damage and receive 20% more healing. So when you heal yourself with the Sun Lizard with this ability, Zeta is gonna boost that by another 20% from here, which is just awesome. It's gonna make you last very long on the field. It's gonna make you do so much damage. Just do some minimal investment on the Sun Lizard for now, because these heroes might get their new pet in the next season. That's it for now, guys. If you're new, subscribe for more content. Until then, see you guys in the next one.